Hi there. Have you heard of the term or phenomenon called assortative mating? This message is for first generation African immigrants who have lived here, let's say for about 10 years or more. Okay? So what's this phenomenon? Assortative mating simply means mating within similar traits. So in human, like in the case of humans, it would be where, say for example, very attractive people would date other very attractive people, or people of a certain socio-cultural background would date people from similar background, or people of a certain economic standing would date people of similar economic standing. And in the case of the wealthy, it's a phenomenon where the very wealthy marry within their social class. Okay, and why do they marry within their social class? Primarily, we would say, is to consolidate their wealth and also sometimes to grow their wealth, or it just could be that they fall in love within their class, because obviously within each social class you are exposed to similar values, similar friendships, relationships, and so you tend to know each other, and so you marry within that. But as first generation immigrants, I've been thinking about this because the world is moving really fast and at a pace where, whether we admit it or not, to be financially comfortable and stable is the way forward. Okay, the primary reason why we all came to the Western world was to elevate our families' social standings, but for some of us and for a lot of us, it's really to free our families from poverty, right? So to end that cycle of poverty, because when we all come to the Western world, it's kind of a level playing field for us immigrants. So as a first generation immigrant who's been here for a certain number of years, and I'm saying 10 years because it really takes about 10 years for you to, maybe get educated, get into work, start building some kind of stability, financial stability for yourself and your family. Okay, some of us are at a stage where our children are getting married right now, right? Our children are grown, or they're getting towards that age of getting married. Okay, some of us already own our own homes, or several. Some of us have businesses here and back home. So we are at that level where we could say we are comfortable, right? And our children are moving forward now. So how do we make sure that this effort that we have put into building and creating community here in the Western world is not lost because of I love you, I love you, I love you? Because obviously in today's world, who I love you help? We don't chop I love you, but they can't chop I love you. So how do we make sure that these children, and some rightly so, social climber, or is not looking to your child to elevate their social standing or to free themselves from poverty? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I'm saying, how can we be more strategic, right? Because marriage, I think marriage is not just a union of love. I think that marriage has to be really strategic. Coupling in general, because some people may not get married, but coupling needs to be strategic. And with all the work that we've put in the time we've spent in the Western world to just even like get to some level of comfort, it will really be a shame if that was just our next generation would not see any value in that and just make us lose everything, right? So how are we preparing these children forward? And I'm thinking we have to start thinking along the lines of associative mating. And nobody should come for me, okay? We have to start thinking along the lines of associative mating, because why not? Why not? So if you are of a certain social class and you fall in this group that I'm talking about, it's time for us to start making sure that our children are meeting children, within that circle, exposing them, especially as they're coming up to the teenage years, so that if I love you, I love you, I love you will play a part, in their union. It should play a part with the right, within the right circle, okay? So that we're not taking ourselves 1, 2, 3 steps back, but we're taking ourselves 1, 2, 3 steps forward, so that we are consolidating that wealth, or we are building on that wealth in a way that 2, 3 generations down the lines, our children will not be struggling to get on the property ladder. So yeah, this I just wanted to share this because I finished working out today and it was on my mind, and I just thought, why not? Because are we actually thinking about this, or we're just throwing our children out there to just fall in love? We need to be strategic African parents. We are trying to escape poverty. We have, to a certain degree, escaped poverty. Now we need to build. And it's not just building by acquiring all this property. God forbid you acquire all this and then your child, ends up with somebody that would just, we don't want that. I don't want that for you. I'm sure you don't want that for me. So don't come for me. Think about what I'm saying, and let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, thanks. My name is Garrity. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.